It was a cold, drizzly night, the kind of night that soaked through your coat and into your bones no matter how tightly you wrapped yourself. Amelia had just finished a 14-hour shift at the diner on 6th Street. Her feet were aching, her eyes heavy, and her heart, heavier. The bills at home were piling up, her mother's medication was overdue, and her younger brother needed school shoes. The tips she earned tonight barely scratched the surface of what she owed. But despite everything, she walked alone, keeping her head down, her bag clutched tightly to her side. She didn't have money for a taxi, and the buses had stopped running an hour ago. Midnight streets were quiet and eerie in her neighborhood. Most nights, she could push the fear away, distract herself with thoughts of better days, but tonight, the silence was deafening. Her footsteps echoed off the damp sidewalk as she turned into an alley she often used as a shortcut. It shaved 10 minutes off her walk, and after such a long shift, those minutes mattered. She didn't notice the shadow following her until it was too late. A sudden grip tightened around her arm. She gasped, fear ripping through her chest. A man in a hooded jacket appeared beside her, his hand firm, pulling her slightly. Her first instinct was to scream, run, anything. But then he leaned in close and whispered, "Walk faster. Don't look back, just trust me." Her body froze. The tone in his voice wasn't threatening, it was urgent, serious, almost protective. Something in her gut told her not to scream. Against every instinct, she obeyed. He kept a strong but careful grip on her arm, leading her forward quickly, steering her toward the main road. "What's going on?" she asked, her voice trembling. He glanced behind them and said, "2 guys were following you. I saw them duck into the alley after you. I used to be like them, I know how they work." Her legs moved faster now, her heart pounding. She felt sick. "Are they still behind us?" she asked, looking over her shoulder. He stopped her gently. "Don't. Just keep walking. We're almost to a well-lit area." As they turned the corner, Amelia finally saw the street lamps of the main road and a late-night gas station. The man loosened his grip, checking around. "They backed off," he said. "They won't risk being seen." She finally looked at him fully. He was maybe in his mid-30s, with tired but kind eyes, dressed in worn clothes. "Why did you help me?" she asked, shivering from adrenaline. He looked down for a second. "Because no one helped my sister. And I swore I'd never let that happen to another girl again." That one sentence shattered her defenses. She felt tears well up. I don't know what to say," she whispered. He shook his head. "You don't have to say anything. Just be safe. Don't walk alone at night like that. It's not your fault. This world's just broken in places." His voice cracked slightly, and Amelia saw a glimpse of a man carrying more pain than he let on. "Can I buy you a coffee at least?" she offered, needing a moment to process everything. "Sure," he said softly. "It's been a long night." They sat at the gas station counter, sipping hot coffee from foam cups. His name was Elijah. He'd been homeless for a few years, doing odd jobs and sometimes sleeping behind the shelter when there wasn't space inside. But what struck Amelia most was not his situation, but his soul. He spoke with such gentleness. He told her about his sister, Lauren, who was attacked walking home 6 years ago, how he never forgave himself for not being there. "I became invisible after that," he said. "Figured if I could at least keep someone else from being hurt, maybe that counts for something." Amelia nodded, eyes full of unshed tears. "You saved me tonight, Elijah. That counts for everything." The clock hit 1:40 a.m. when she finally stood to leave. "Can I walk you home?" he asked. She hesitated, then nodded. The man who scared her at first had just protected her when no one else was looking. As they reached her apartment building, she paused. "You ever think about getting a steady job again?" she asked gently. "Every day," he replied. "But no one looks twice at a man who lives on the street." She made a choice in that moment, one that would ripple far beyond that rainy night. The next day, Amelia took Elijah's name to the diner's manager. They'd just posted a flyer for a dishwasher position. "He's kind, trustworthy, and he saved my life last night," she told them. With hesitation, the manager agreed to a trial. What Amelia didn't know was that someone else had seen what happened in that alley. Someone very powerful, and in the next chapter, that someone changes both their lives forever. Movie Camera encourage viewers. If that moment gave you chills too, hit the like button right now. And don't forget, Chapter 2 is where everything turns. Subscribe so you don't miss how Elijah's act of kindness leads to something beyond even his wildest dreams. The diner was busier than usual that Wednesday. Amelia was working the morning shift this time, serving coffee with her usual quiet grace and tired smile. But something was different. Elijah was in the back, scrubbing dishes like his life depended on it. And in a way, it did. He was nervous but grateful, treating every plate like it was made of gold. Amelia had helped him shave and clean up that morning.